Let's talk about the IELTS writing and how you can boost your score in the same. Now, as you know, the IELTS has two tasks, your task 1 and your task 2, right? So it can get quite challenging sometimes when you're not able to climb your score. In today's video, I will be sharing some quick ways how you can improve your IELTS writing score. With these tips, I'm sure that you will be able to climb from a low score to a high score. Let's start learning. All right, so the IELTS writing is definitely the third task in your IELTS exam, and you've got two different tasks. A task 1, which will last for 20 minutes, and a task 2, which will last for 40 minutes. Irrespective of what you write, the academic or the general, the timing is the same. The questions are a bit different, but the timing is the same. Let's start firstly with some general idea. Okay, for the academic, your answers should be in the formal style, and you can get a bar chart, a line graph, pie chart table, diagram, etc., or anything that is got to do with computing or analyzing data. This is for the academic version for the task 1. The task 1 for the general will usually involve you to write a formal letter or an informal letter. Now let's jump into some quick strategies that you can do to just ensure that you can get that high score. The first thing is have a plan, which means to say make an outline. Before you start your writing, you should make an outline. One of the major things that I've always seen students argue is that they don't get enough time. Well, the thing is, you have to be a bit smart. You have to work smart over here. There's no point in immediately jumping and writing something out just because it comes into your mind. You have to start with a plan. If you have a plan, then you can finish off your task in a very organized manner. You don't have to make your plan very organized or very detailed. You should start by a simple thing, like say for example, what is my thesis statement going to be in the task 2? Or what are the important points that I'm going to include in my introduction? Remember, your introduction for your task 2 will set the pace for the entire task. So whatever thesis statement you write, whatever introduction you write will actually be very helpful for the examiner. Now, if you are looking about the task 1, you need to organize the introduction by writing down one simple thing, that is, what information does a particular chart or graph give, or what is the purpose or what is the intention behind writing this letter. If you are able to answer these questions in your mind, then you can make an outline. Now, if you are taking a look at, say for example, your further paragraphs in your task 2, for example, your body paragraph, whatever you write, it should reflect the central topic or the main topic of that entire essay. The evidence that is being used, check, think in your head, is that appropriate or not? If they are asking you about apples, you write about apples and give an example about apples. Please don't give an example about oranges. So make sure that you've got all these things in your general outline. Make sure you spend at least a couple of minutes to actually sit before writing your task 1 or your task 2. Write it down, You've got paper for rough work. Make use of it. Write down, okay, this is what I'm going to write about. This is what I'm going to write about. Make a general outline. Planning is very, very important. Without planning, you just cannot achieve anything. So try that out when you are at least practicing for the exam. Now, if you got some value out of that, if that was something that you liked, please make sure to hit that like button and let us know if it was informative. Now let's move to the next little thing that you can do, which is start with your task 2. Like for the IELTS, you've got a task 1 and a task 2. Usually, the task 2 will be a bit more difficult than your task 1. Also, the weightage, the marks is more for your task 2. Now, since that is the case, we always suggest you to start with your task 2 and then move on to your task 1. One of the major things that I have seen most of the students struggle with is they spend too much time on your task 1. If you start with your task 1, remember you just need only 20 minutes on your task 1, but some people tend to take more time. You don't want to get stuck in task 1 and then leave yourself with just maybe 10 or 20 minutes to write your task 2. If that happens, then you have to quickly rush and write down something in your task 2, and that will not be something that you like rather. So don't get too stressed about sticking to the exact time limits. Start with your task 2, take some extra time in your task 2 if you want, but make sure you complete your task 1 and your task 2. The takeaway message here is please don't devote more than the specified 20 minutes for your task 1. Okay, brilliant. The next thing that you should do is one of that I always tell everyone is focus not on quantity but on quality. Focus on the language that you are using and not on the length of your essay. Now, IELTS writing, it's not necessary that it has to be very long. They say for the task 1, 150 words, for the task 2, 250 words. For your task 2, I've seen a lot of formats on the internet which tell you to write maybe 5 paragraphs or 6 paragraphs, 7 paragraphs. Quite honestly, I don't think that is needed. For the task 2, for instance, you just need an introduction, then you need a body para 1, a body para 2, and then a conclusion. That's more than enough. That is the length that is specified for you. Now, as you are preparing for the IELTS exam, you should be actually putting more energy and stress on building your vocabulary. Try to read about different topics from the internet or from the newspaper. Learn more new vocabulary because this will be useful for your writing. If you are writing all simple sentences, that is also going to be a problem, and that is where your quality comes inside. Use a variety of sentence structures. Use simple sentences, compound sentences, and also complex sentences. This is something that will help you to score high. Another thing that you can do perhaps to make sure that your essay has got good quality is by using a lot of linking words. These words will show that your entire essay has a good coherence and cohesion. Avoid repeating the same words again and again. So all these different points together will help you to make a quality essay. That's it. So let me just have a quick recap. The first thing that you need to do is start with a plan. Write out what you're going to do. Then after that, you start with your task 2. Dedicate time for that. Don't dedicate too much of time for your task 1. After that, focus on your language. Quality over quantity. And of course, the last thing that I always tell, this is something that you can always keep doing, is practice. Practice, practice, and practice, because practice makes it perfect. Now, sometimes it can get quite difficult and you can get stuck. And that is where you can actually use some expert advice. If you want to get in touch with any of our tutors for some expert guidance, then all you have to do is log on to our website, send us an inquiry, and we'll get back to you. Hey, don't forget, if you want, you can also join our YouTube community for free by just subscribing to our channel and hitting that bell icon so that you will get a notification whenever we drop a new video. Let me know in the comment section if you have any further doubts with regard to the IELTS, writing, reading, or any other module, and I will be there to help you out. And like I said, don't forget to get in touch with us. Please feel free to share this video with your friends if it was informative and you would like to help them out. Do check out some of our other videos that will be coming up, and till we meet again, this is your tutor, Noel, wishing you a fantastic day ahead. Ciao.